until we have 10,000 followers. So I'm Linda Kay Gifford, and I'm a child and sexual assault survivor, also a neurolinguistic practitioner now. I don't say it very well, neurolinguistic practitioner. Anyway, I help people with cPTSD. And I have a couple of books here. I could actually show you this up there. Call It Assault is book coming out January 1st. I almost knocked my light over. Restream, gonna do it up there for you too. Okay. Now can you see Call It Assault? Comes out January 1st. Restream, that has a funky thing that's gonna follow me whatever I do. And Thrive in Spades is the workbook that goes with. So I want to talk to you today about well, how do I say? We've been sabotaged. We've been sabotaged by what I call the best bad women. The best bad women. Women who have essentially, in my opinion, sold their soul to men. They've just sold their soul to men to tell them what to do and how to live. Some of these women have actually accepted that a man should control you, should be the religious leader. Men have convinced women that they should be in control for a very long time. And there's really no justification for that in the historical record. I got to tell you right now, I am a layman student of hominids and the history of humanity, not only historically and anthropologically, but DNA and genetically and the spread of peoples and studying how they lived. And we know more than ever now. And having re-examined using AI to re-examine the archaeological record, and with an approximately 79% of the archaeological, all data, in other words, that we have about different types of early hominids, they now it backs that women participated fully in society, that women, until we got civilized, until men protected us, which they've been doing ever since by removing right after right after right. Till then, we were just all throwing down. You can tell from Neanderthal bones that women had even a higher endurance than men. You can tell from every type of ancient human bones found so far that the bone, the muscle, the bone growth, and the injuries are similar in males and females, meaning they did the same thing. They hunted, they gathered, they did what they needed to do and cooperated. And it wasn't until someone started a power trippy thing with, we're moving into the cities. Now we have to control somebody. We have to have workers. We have, you know, homes. We have to store grain now. So with the rise of these power systems and the rise of religion, because of course we're going to try to explain all the crazy stuff we see, like suns and moons and comets and hurricanes, so once people back before they were civilized, they still had concepts of unity and music and how to live together cooperatively. And they did that thing regardless of gender. Women were not subjugated according to the archaeological record. Now you've got to remember that history has been written mostly by men. And you Christian women and other faiths, remember that your religious texts have been written by and interpreted by men. With the possible exception of the Essenes, I highly recommend you read that. But we lost this battle We lost the battle, but we haven't lost the war. You know, I've got a screwed up nose, and I was telling someone I was moving a stick pile, and one of them got me, and it's like, oh, got you so bad. I'm like, no, I won. I won the war. A branch got the battle, but I won the war. And that's an analogy for what we're going to do now. We're going to win the war. They're not going to take my rights away gracefully. Um, Obviously, I'm not of childbearing age. So why do I care? Why? Because I have 3 children, because I have had 2 abortions. One was medically necessary because my child died. It wasn't moving on the ultrasound. They said it's all over, and they immediately, the ER doctors sent me in for an abortion. We call it a D&C if it's medically necessary, but people are dying from not getting a D&C fast enough, and they go septic, which means they are infected internally by having to carry a dead tissue in their body that is now decomposing and causing them sepsis. And you better believe I'm angry at any age, at my age, but that the rights of my daughters, my stepdaughter and my daughters-in-laws and my grandchildren, it's not just about right to life anymore. It's right to your own life. Right to your own life. So don't be the best bad woman. Wake up, please. And this idea that you're cheating on your husbands if you vote a different way. What? What kind of archaic nonsense is that? My parents, I'm sure they voted the same way, but they still, like, if you ask who they voted for, they would say that's nobody's business because uh, they said it's a sacred thing, your vote. It's like if you tell people who you vote for, then they can sway you. And now we've got crazy ass appointments of unskilled, irrational, unscientific people working for dictator Don. And I'm terrified. But we can't lose the war. And we're going to lose the war if we don't keep battling. So please, if you're like me, you drank too much this week, you probably slept too much this week, you might have eaten too many desserts this week, you might have not eaten at all. It's been a stressful, sad time for womankind. But now I'm rejuvenated. And sadly, I will not be retiring Those Nasty Women Talk like I meant to, because I was going to change the name. I mean, I'm going to keep going, but I didn't want to pay any more homage to clown face dictator Don, but I'm going to have to. So we will now wear Those Nasty Women Talk as a mantle. We will not be the best bad women catering to men. We will go out and we will win every local and regional battle until we can get our state battles won again. Look at the good that came from this election. I mean, for one thing, there's not going to be a civil war because liberals are unlikely to take up arms and go storm the Capitol, like some conservatives we know. So that would have happened probably if Harris had won. And I watched an interesting, I posted it on my Facebook page. I can't remember who it was talking, but an interesting perspective said, you don't know the future of mankind. This might be the best thing. We might have fallen into a huge war. Maybe what we need is for 4 years for people to wake the hell up, to learn that their vote does count and to fight again. Maybe, and it doesn't matter what fate, if you believe in fate, and I don't, uh, had in mind. What matters is what is, and you've got to make lemonade out of it. I have to make lemonade out of it. That's the way it is. So I'm not going to despair. I'm going to say, yay, 7 states. overturned and are constitutionalizing at the state level women's right to abortions, to reasonable abortions. A couple didn't, 3 didn't, but 7 did. All right. So that's heading in the right direction. Some common sense and reason will come into play. I am terrified for what happens in the world with this bunch of hooligans with no experience running every important department of the government. Wow. Buckle up, buttercups. It's going to be a weird 4 years, I'm guessing. But I'm going to wrap up, well, fill you in and then wrap up. I'm being pretty lax, usually I've got something to really fight hard about. Right now I'm really testing new equipment. I've got new equipment. I've got new studio. I've got a dual studio now with 2 sets, one for my Thrive in Spades CSA cPTSD workshops, and then my flag, of course, for Those Nasty Women Talk. And I've got like so much going on in the way of foreign licensing the book, which is happening even as we are finalizing the manuscript, which all slowed down because of better tech, better help. It's becoming a machine. We're becoming a machine, and I need your help because it's an expensive machine as far as spreading the message. Everything I'm doing's got a subscription. Restream's got a subscription. Canva's got a subscription. Shopify's got a subscription. So please do consider supporting Sweet Shopping Group. It's at sweetsurvivor.com. Also lindakaygifford.com. Also thosenastywomen.com. They're all the same place. And they link you to book excerpts. They link you to workshop libraries, a couple of hundred of them going back 4 or 5 years. There's a lot of information you can find there. You can go straight to Rain and call, or go straight to Rain's website. You can report suspicious activity to Thorn. I am advocating. I'm going to be speaking this year, and just finished the National Publicity Summit where I booked over almost everybody I talked to. The only people that didn't book me said it was too heavy, but I booked over 70 media outlets across the country, podcasts, TV shows, magazines, even international ones, to talk about my message, which is call it assault. And my TED Talk is Call It Assault. All of these things, it's going to be a busy, busy year. But what we're going to do is make people understand that being sexually assaulted is not the same as being abused, and that abuse is too light of a word. And there's a lot of other words. There are a lot of other words that we could be using differently, that we could change so that sexual assault survivors feel more comfortable in their lives, churches, and societies. And also so that the medical personnel can know what questions to ask. This is what my whole book, Call It Assault, with the Thrive in Spades 6 Steps from Trigger to Happy program, is all about. And Spades, super simple. I'll run that down before I go. S, the shame is not yours. P, separate the past from the present. And that involves dissociation, which is hugely important. A, ask for what you want. Don't just take what's given. And these are the things I do every day, all day long. I apply Spades to my life. D, don't wait to feel okay to be okay. I get out there and I do stuff. I'll never feel like what I think normal is. I don't know what normal is. But I know I'm a normal sexual assault survivor now. And I know it's not going to stop me from living my life. And it's not going to stop me from learning to love intimately and well, which I have done after 3 failed marriages, super happily and intimately married now. And I help people with intimacy issues as well. So there's a lot to unpack in my book, which is... See if I can do this without knocking it over this time. There you go. TikTok is up. And there you go. Way up high. Call it assault. See it? Call it assault. Nope, because it's moving. I'll pull that thing down here. The sunflower is a nod to my best friend who passed away, who was very, very obsessed with sunflowers. And I thought, spades, we're digging, right? So this is the program, Thrive in Spades. This is going to be a workbook. And you can get an e-version that's interactive with links and all to other things to watch and do. Or you can get a physical one with write-in pages and activities. And that is the workbook that goes, super professional here, with this. Aren't these cool? They're retractable. They go up and down. Call it assault. And call it assault. My continuing efforts to survive childhood sexual grooming and abuse is crossed out because it lightens what happened to us. We weren't abused. Rape is assault. How much more assaulty does it get than rape? If I punch you in the face, are you going to sue me for face abuse? Or are you going to file assault charges? So we have to start by changing the language so people understand how serious what happened to us was. And this includes everything in my workshop. The other one's just a workbook, an optional workbook that goes with, and I'm going to sell them as a bundle, of course, for those who want it. So do yourself a favor, shake it off. I just quoted Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift. Amazing person. And performer and writer. I'm also a songwriter, by the way. I have credit for one song on Del McCurry's Album of the Year, won the Album of the Year award from the International Bluegrass Music Awards, and it was also Grammy nominated. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, I'm a lifelong singer-songwriter, and please, you can download my CD for free. I'm recording 4 CDs over the next year. While I'm going to be doing speaking engagements, I'm also going to be recording everything I haven't recorded. I just said, oh, screw it. If Taylor can do it, I can do it. It's not like anybody's listening much anyway. You don't know who I am much. But if you'd like to, downloads of an 11-track original CD are free, and it includes Little Girl, the song that started my book, really inadvertently. And also Fire in the Flame, which Del McCurry cut and is on that Album of the Year. It's Just the Night. Oh, and I wanted to show you. If you order from Sweet Survivor, I already opened this, but this is how it comes. I ordered a bracelet. Our butterfly is our symbol. I got butterfly overalls. I have blue butterfly slippers. I'm obsessed with blue butterflies. I wanted an emoji that I could pull off of social media, and a blue butterfly was there. So you're going to get this. You get your receipt, of course, but it comes in this lovely gift box. You see, it's not just like some plastic crap that you're going to get from overseas. This one is Artisana, and Artisana is Mexico. Like I said, I already opened it, so I've got the end open here, but let's I guess that's why I didn't do it the first time. It's too hard. So I got my bracelet, right? Which I love. I adore my bracelet. And they are bigger butterflies even than I expected. I've worn it several times and everything. I've got so much Artisana, so many pieces, and I've never lost a stone out of any of half a dozen pair of their earrings, bracelets, whatnot. I can't hook it while I'm doing this. But you or who you give it to, you'll get a card that tells you who made it, what they do, what good they're doing in the world, what good's being done for them. So please check out the products. They're buried at the bottom of my store because it's not the most important thing. On my website. My website starts with how to help, how to get help, how to report activity. And it's got links to download my album from Linda Kay Gifford Songs and .com, where you can also download my album for free. So all that being said, I'd appreciate it if you check out we got about 500 products all made by women and community artisans. And we warehouse them, already bought, warehoused in America, in Ohio, actually. We were in Florida, but we got the hell out of there. And now we ship you in 3 to 5 days so we can keep up with the jungle cat. All right. Please order from us. It helps us. It's like how I keep this going. And I've got a lot of traveling to do this year. So you take care. Check out sweetsurvivor.com. Also thosenastywomen.com. Same place. Also sweetshoppinggroup.com. Same place. Also sweet stuff online. Same place. You get the picture. I'm going to sign off now. It was just a battle. We won some of the battles. We're going to win the war. They're not going to take our rights away forever. It's not going to thing. It's not a thing. We're not going back.